Hello, hello. Welcome to Azurite Code, the first official video for the channel. This is Stacia. Wanting to give y'all a reading about Bigfoot. Now, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while. A little bit of backstory. I am a huge fan of cryptids, always have been. I used to be a huge patron of the Sci-Fi Channel growing up, and if any of y'all are familiar with the Sci-Fi Channel, it like growing up, like OG Sci-Fi Channel, like the early 2000s, and like that was the pinnacle of like spooky, cool stuff. So I've been doing tarot readings for a while, and I decided that I want to do some about cryptids and other mysterious things. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started. So, one of the questions I was asking was, who is Bigfoot and what does he want? So, I'm being called to use the Patch Tarot deck to start off. Now, I'm going to be using like different decks. So, unless I feel otherwise, maybe like one will be enough, but I was originally planning on using multiple decks to answer this question. So, who is Bigfoot and what does he want? And, it could be a she, or it could be like, something that can go between genders. It's just something I thought would be like a catchy title. Yeah, Bigfoot. All right. So, Bigfoot. Ooh, these cards are like super slippery. Anything pop up? There we go. Ace of Wands. That's the first card that we have for that. Queen of Swords. So I'll pull one more from the Patch Tarot. And we have interesting Queen of Discs. So that's two Queen cards. Who is Bigfoot? So right off the bat, okay, you know how there's like different mythological entities in different cultures that were assumed to like come and teach mankind things. So this gives me the impression that that species of Bigfoot is a teacher that was meant to show us the light in ourselves, show us something about ourselves. So there's something that is that can liken us to them, not just like physical features. Because if you're familiar with Bigfoot, this is an entity that walks on two legs, allegedly. Allegedly walks on two legs. Is humanoid in stature, and maybe even has qualities like our own. But yeah, based on this, I feel like this entity is like a teacher. It was supposed to show us something about ourselves. So it's supposed to be a guiding force. I'm getting shaman vibes here too. Like, yeah, it's like maybe back in the ancient past, there were a group of entities assigned to show us things. Like I'm seeing, especially with this, like divinity, like a divine light, divine guidance, and it feels like there's a mission by these entities to upgrade us, if you will, to bring us closer to being evolved like them. That's really interesting. Like we're supposed to wake up. With the Queen of Swords here, also I feel like, going back to this, also I feel like there may be a group of people that are well familiar with um, you know, Bigfoots, Yetis, like that whole skunk ape, like that, those whole, all of those variances of this species. Like someone, it's like hierophant energy. It's like someone that can is a mediator or in the middle that can translate what they're saying to what we need to hear, and translate what we're saying to what it needs to hear. It's like it's a spiritual practice to do that. I don't know if these people, I don't know if this is practiced currently anymore, but it seemed like there was a high position to like be a translator between man and the species. So with the Queen of Swords, I feel like there was a desire to intermingle and mix with humanity. Why that didn't happen, with the Queen of Discs, it seems like humanity thought that they were better. Now, this isn't like to say like recent. Like if people were to come upon Bigfoot today, I think it would be a vastly different reaction than in the past. But I feel like humanity felt like people in the past felt like they were better than this being. I'm telling you, it's like back in the, like there's some parts of history, our history, that we're missing. Like there are gaps and we interacted based on what I'm seeing in this reading. We interacted with different creatures, and we had a way closer relationship. But with this temple back here, it made me feel like maybe we had a war with this species, or we had a war with ourselves, and they didn't want, that's not their nature. They're not like that. So they took a back seat to like teaching us or showing us things. Because with, especially with the Queen of Swords here, it's like the group of people these species were interacting with may have discovered iron and violence, or and adopted a different type of intelligence. So the analogy that I have is who's to say who came first, but Harry Potter, like how there's the muggles and then there's the magic users, like the witches and wizards. And it's like the witches and wizards look down upon muggles. But, even though muggles can't use magic, they still are interesting and fascinating, as noted by Ron Weasley's dad. I can't think of his name. But, yeah. I don't know why I saw that in my head, but it's like we discovered something, and then that separated the connection, that separated the relationship that we had with this race. But this definitely is its own race, like intelligent race, and we were supposed to interact with it to learn and be guided towards something. It's almost like a partnership that crumbled. Okay, we're gonna use, this is the Davinci tarot. Let's see. So interesting. I wonder if that was a initiative to, like someone with the Queen of Discs here, someone preaching that, and this could be religion as well, but someone had some type of vendetta against interacting with these forces. I feel like there's a little sense of dogmatism here as well. But there seems like an agenda to combat or reject that race, because they didn't fit into the narrative anymore. It's almost like whoever these people or wherever this is trying to right the role that the Bigfoot species had in our, this might be controversial, in our development and in our achievements. I feel like they play a big spiritual role in in our mental advancement. It was a tight relationship that just unfurled. Let's see. I don't know if I want to use. I'm not going to use those three. Page of Fire. So we have in the Davinci deck, we have the Page of Fire. That looks very ominous. We have the Lady of Air, which is also Queen of Swords in this deck. Just 2 Queen of Swords, Page of Fire. Makes me wonder, goodness, that's a lot. Makes me wonder why they're still sticking around. Page of Air. So, I'm gonna line these up a certain way. Why are they still sticking around? What do they want? So it's like Page of Fire, Page of Air. I don't know if there's a new movement coming, but they're going to be part of this new move, or it's like they're waiting around for this new movement. Okay, what does that mean? New movement, Lady of Air. There's a revolution. Okay, so with the Lady of Air here, it shows me that there's a revolution, there's an awakening and an awareness happening. And, you know, as odd as it sounds, the world that I'm seeing, it's almost like, if y'all are familiar with Avatar, the Legend of Korra. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Avatar, the Legend of Korra. There was the original Avatar and then the Legend of Korra, right? And then in the Legend of Korra, the different elements, the different benders are living together in this like mega city. Whereas in the past, benders specifically lived with other benders. Like if you were an airbender, you lived with the airbender tribe. If you were a waterbender, you lived with a waterbender, and vice versa. But there's supposed to be a unity with other species that shared this planet with us, or shares in the case of Bigfoot. There's some shame here. Page of Fire, shame. Like almost like a failure of a task. I don't know who tasked this species to be like the teachers and the leaders, but there's a sense of failure and shame that the initiative wasn't reached. It's like with a baby or like a kid, how like, you know, you separate, there was a fight between you and your partner, and then your partner gets majority custody of the kid, right? And like you try to intervene as much as you can to guide the kid and get them on the right path, but you know, due to circumstances beyond your control in a lot of ways, like the kid turned out to be bad or not reach their full potential because, you know, because of the influence of the other person. So it's like too far gone. So like we missed our chance. There's a disappointment, like we failed in our mission because man is too far gone. Currently, I don't think this holds true, but there must have been something like super radical that happened in the past that like just put a cleave in the relationship between the species. Like a huge separation. And like how people used to be prior to that, it's almost like people were sweet and gentle, and whoever taught man war and fighting and people use humans as weapons to further their own agenda really destroyed that and muddled that, messed with that. And so man learned, it's almost like I don't want to compare people to dogs, but like, when you breed a certain trait within a dog, that trait becomes more prominent. There was some type of breeding going on with people to make a certain type of human. And over time, that bred like more selfishness and more bigotry. This may explain why, if we look back at different mythologies and different cultures, how like there seemed to be so much interaction between those certain individuals and gods or mythical beings. It's like every culture has that. And that changed at some point, leading to like the events of today, why things are the way they are today. Page of Air. So Page of Air is like a negative influence. That's like your kid hanging around like the bullies and class. They have this intelligence and these teachings that you've like instilled in them, but they're like, what they're hanging around the most is turning them into something. What interests me about this reading so far is the breeding. It's like higher entities were breeding people to be something else. It was like a what do you call it? A commodity. Like what do you call those things? Like doodles. How like technically the way they're bred doesn't really benefit them hunting wise, or maybe it does, but they're designer dogs. It's kind of like there were entities that were breeding people to be like a designer species, but in doing so, they were breeding certain traits, and more traits are becoming more dominant more dominant over others. And that might be why we see so much like hateful and evil actions in the past with like certain bloodlines and stuff like that, because that was instilled. And that might be why there were royal bloodlines and lineages in the first place, because these entities bred these lineages of humans to be a certain way, and they want to act and channel through them so they can have control and have their fingers in different outcomes and things. It's almost like, I don't know if I want to call them gods, demigods, what these things are, but it's like they're playing chess, like they're playing video games. Like it's for entertainment. Like they're destroying humanity for entertainment. It's really sad for what I see here. It's like they have nothing better to do, because whatever this sophisticated species is outside of Bigfoot, it's like they have their problem solved, and there's like a bit of boredom and like amusement with humanity, and so that's why they're using them this way. And that's why you have monarchs and stuff like dukes and stuff, because that was all started through these higher beings, in the sense that they had way more power than humans did. Wow, all this in my Bigfoot reading. So we have Two of Swords here. And this is the Pagan Cat's Tarot. So it's Queen of Wands. There's a lot of queens here. Just want to point that out. And we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so the two of swords here. So another question that I had is why we don't see them, or why they don't interact as much with us, or where do they go in those instances that why when people go looking for them and get zero evidence, where are they going? Like, who are these? Like, who are they? So with the two of swords here, what I'm hearing is like it's almost like a tightrope walk. Like, so how a cat struts about quietly, I keep hearing tightrope, in between worlds, tightrope in between worlds. Not sure what that means, tightrope. I'll continue with what I'm seeing through the cards. The Queen of Wands here. There could be an element of magic or a technology that these species has access to. And technology is kind of a stretch because I feel like it's way more sophisticated than that. It's like knowing how to manipulate matter. So whatever this being is, or this species is, they know how to manipulate matter, or they have an affinity of manipulating matter. Also, too, we might be just blind to them because we lost that ability. We lost that ability to see. We lost that ability to interact. It's like it goes back to the shaman, like the people. There must have been, and I wonder if that's what those sacred sites around the world were for. Were for different entities to come together, and even though there's like different languages or whatever, maybe these sacred sites were like Rosetta Stones, and like you had shamans or whoever, like an appointed spiritual practitioner, channel and like connect everyone together so they could like I don't want to say power up, but like just manifest different things and connect with each other spiritually. It's like a network of mycelium. Like, we're supposed to be more deeply connected, not only to this earth but to every living thing. Like, there's a way to access connection to every little thing on this planet. Almost like Avatar. Excuse me, I got the sniffles. James Cameron's, I think that's the director. Avatar, almost like that. How they take their little, I forgot what they call it. It's a little nodule at the back of their hair, at the end of their hair. It's almost like it's like that. And but because either this practice was ostracized or dismantled, or the secret has been lost, like no one practices it because no one even believes. And big, I want to call them big feet. That's what I'm calling them now. No one really believes in big feet or knows the significance of our connection with them. Like, yeah, this position is like gone, like wiped from the history books, and we don't have that access like we used to anymore. There's a way to channel and connect, but it's if it's still around, there's only a select few that know of it. It's like a little secret. So with the queen, yeah, the Queen of Wands here definitely for me is an indicator of magic, and especially with this black cat sitting right here. Magic, connection, manifestation. So there's definitely a channeling aspect. That's probably why there's a lot of feminine energy here. A lot of channeling and connection. It's like that was the species' whole purpose, was to like get us linked. It's, I don't know if they were like one of the earlier species in human development, but um, they're supposed to be our leaders, our teachers, and not leaders in the sense of control, but they're supposed to guide us on the right path because of their nature, because of their connection to Earth. Interesting, interesting. Well, what are they then? We have the Six of Cups. So it's like, for me, the presence of the Six of Cups is like we're of the same fold. Not saying that people are monkeys or apes or anything like that, but or related or linked, but essence wise, we're of the same fold. So what I'm seeing is like brother and sister, like we're brothers and sisters. We're more divinely linked than we're aware of, than that we know. So there's a sense of remorse and lamentation of a connection lost. Okay, so I guess to end the reading, because that was like that was pretty wild. I can't really think of a whole lot right now. Maybe I'll do a part two, depending on how like y'all like the video, or if I see any more. But I'm gonna end it by seeing what this species is, like diving deeper into what it is. Okay, we're gonna use the Witch's Tarot. I haven't used this in a while. This is the Witch's Tarot. What is this species? What is the species and their variants? What is the species? More feminine. Man, what is it with? There's a heavy feminine presence here. We have the Empress. Oops, sorry. Moving this over. All the feminine energy. Four of Cups. And the Nine of Wands. What are they? The variants. What are they? Empress. Empress. Wow. Oh, heavy feminine presence. So, like I say, I don't. Who knows the gender of this species, right? But I don't know if. So the Empress is like cycles, mother. It can mean motherhood. It's definitely nurturing energy here. Who are they? Oh. So this race are like, what I'm seeing is they're like the tenders to a garden. No? Okay, in my head I'm hearing nope, nope, try again. I don't want to say they're all female. Okay, let's look at the others. Let's look at the other cards. Four of Cups. And then the Nine of Wands. So the story that I'm seeing in my head, which is really strange considering the nature of this reading, is that how this lady is, I guess she's a mermaid. Yeah, she's a mermaid. I don't know if she's the impression is that she's coaxing that young man there or trying to cheer him up. But I keep hearing lamentation, but this is like a mother trying to call back their kids to like come to the house or come home and see us sometime. Like, why don't you come by, you know, I made dinner, or like we can have a celebration here, like your cousins are here, whatever. Why don't you come back home? You know. Excuse me. I'm recovering from something. I have no idea what it is. But it's like, why don't you come back? It's almost like there was a fight. So, okay. So a step above Bigfoot, um, it could be that they were created, heavy divine feminine energy. They were created to coax us back. It's answering the question, what were they, or what are they? Different merits. It's like they're there to coax us back home. What is home exactly? That's definitely what I'm seeing with the Empress. Like very mother figure. Like there's some like female divinity, I guess, if you will, that created them to invoke. Oh, okay. I think I'm seeing it now. It's like they were created, and their task is to invoke those loving, those deeper loving core emotions that we used to have. So the Four of Cups is like a lamentation on how things used to be. Missing for me right now. For me, this is signaling like what someone used to have, trying to get the relationship back that used to be. It's almost like a bad breakup, you know, or like or a family fight. You left, you ran away from home because you didn't agree with the house rules or whatever. And there's an energy here trying to call us back home. I'm here where we belong. Definitely, this screams creation. With the Nine of Wands. Yeah, I don't understand. Like if you think about Bigfoot and the description of it, you don't think of like, oh, uh, loving big teddy bear, hug it, squeeze it, kiss it. Like you don't. It doesn't. The thought of it doesn't invoke lovey-dovey or warm fuzzy feelings, you know, and not necessarily in a romantic way. It's just, for me, it's not something you think about, but it's just so interesting because that's the energy surrounding them, is like loving, like a loving presence, or it's their duty to invoke those higher emotions, if you will, high vibrational, if you believe in those terms, high vibrational emotions, and get us back plugged in. With the Nine of Wands here, this is like a rebellion. So it's like man knows better. So therefore they reject and rebel against those values, that whatever this entity, whoever she is, or whoever this race is, there's a rebellion against her. And that's why we don't have access to those channels, to nature anymore. Not the way that we used to. And that realm, whatever this entity, the divine feminine presence, it's like they miss us. Not that they need us per se, but they miss us. And so these big feats are here to invoke those emotions again that we locked ourselves away from as a collective consciousness. And not saying that you as an individual watching this video is detracted away from your emotional state, but we're the way the state of the world, where it's going and where it's become, is that we're like being pulled away from ourselves. So there's a little bit of uh we're disassociated. And even in our, like, if you think about commercials and ads and stuff like that, it's like we're disassociated from us, like who we are. Especially with the presence of social media. And not to say social media is bad, it's just we're there's so many distractions going on that we're not living. And we're not invoking those deep, deep core emotions as a collective conscious. And collectively, we're not doing so hot. But it's getting better. It's better than it was, but it's not better than it has been in the past century, I guess. But it's nothing like what it was. All right. I'm gonna pull one more card from the Rachel True Tarot. Judgment. Wow. That is so interesting. Judgment. And the hands are outstretched. Wow. I didn't expect that. Judgment. So I think there's an effort going on to save us from ourselves through knowledge. I don't know if this knowledge has been locked away, if it's been like there's access to it, but the idea is that it's gone, but it's not. I feel like there may be a grand disclosure. There may be someone going around. I don't know if it's a scientist or anything, but it may be someone revealing. What are they revealing? Whatever this event is going to be very liberating. Well, it's going to be chaotic. I'll say that it's going to unleash a lot of chaos. There's some event happening where there's going to be a grand truth revealed to us. This is something most people already have known. I'm hearing no. It's unprecedented. It's like something is revealing itself to us and we're not going to understand it because it just seems so left field, and it's going to be like life-changing. It's like how this trumpet is here. It's like we missed all the signs were there. We missed them. And now it's going to make itself blatantly known. I'm hearing like a rude awakening. Not sure what this event is, but it's definitely going to create some chaos. There's going to be some unraveling going on. Yeah, that is so interesting. It's going to be an unraveling. It's interesting. I'm just going to talk about this card right quick. It's interesting how you have like the crows here, or the ravens. Not sure what they are, but like they're blacked out birds ascending to this being. There's something that's going to reveal itself to us, and then there's going to try to be a cover up or something to discredit it, to dismantle it. To make it seem like it's a hoax, or like maybe AI, maybe fake, but yeah, there's gonna be a move to cloud it, and maybe discredit it, or to like make it not seem as big as it actually is. And I think that's a telltale sign that this is something that we need to be paying attention to. Okay, Sorry if that was confusing. I didn't expect the reading to go this way. Like I said, I might do a part two, but thank you for taking time out to watch this video, and definitely leave a comment. Leave me a like if you like the video. Definitely subscribe. If I get 50 subscribers, I can start doing some live streams on here where I can do some free readings. So spread the word. And I am on Twitch as well. I'm working on having a consistent schedule on that. But I am Blue Moss Dragonite on Twitch. If you want to stop by and support my channel there. And I will see you all later. Bye.